Hello, Majestic Queen. I hope you are having a wonderful and a delightful day. I most certainly am. But I wanted to come to you today to discuss a topic that I know that we all will enjoy. It's not going to take a lot of time, Queen, but I felt like this is my time for you. And I wanted to bring to you some information that will help in relationships that you may have with a significant other. Yes, have you ever heard the statement, women are from Venus and men are from Mars? Well, it was a book written many years ago. But as I was reading different articles, I just so happened to run across an article that was written in March of 2022. It is written by the Accredited Counselors, Coaches, Psychotherapy, and Hypnotherapy Organization. Now, the title of the article is Men and Women in Relationships, the 7 Key Differences. In other words, women are from Venus and men are from Mars. We think differently. We do things differently in the relationship, and sometimes this can cause confusion, especially very early on in a relationship when you're really trying to feel out this particular individual, get to know their ways, their behaviors, their characteristics, their mannerisms. Okay, we don't know each other, in other words. We have feelings for each other, but it takes years to really know and understand an individual. Keep that in mind, because I think this is where women and men fall into confusion in their relationships. And guess what? Who wants that? When you start a relationship in the honeymoon phase, everything is lovey-dovey, kissy, huggy, all that sort of, good stuff. But what happens as you go along in the years? You'll find that sometimes you may have arguments. And then when you look back on the arguments, it didn't really make much sense. So why were you having an argument with this person that you love and adore? It is so out of pocket. But it's because there are differences in the way that men and women think in a relationship. So, like I said before, there are 7 points that the article made. Men try to change women's feelings, and women try to change men's behavior. Once again, men try to change our feelings while we try to change their behaviors. Okay? So, the way men go about doing this is that when we come to them with a situation that may be occurring in our lives, and we just need to vent it out, their mind automatically goes to, I have to find a solution for her. When she may already have the solution and the path that she want to take, but due to the emotional content of the females, I say personality and characteristics and mannerisms, we may communicate without wanting to communicate. We need a solution, but not necessarily so. So that's where it can lead to conflict in a relationship because men automatically jump to, I need to solve this problem for her. Now, women, on the other hand, try to change men's behavior by offering advice and criticism. Well, I've lived through my share of trying to give the good advice. You know, I'm a therapist. So here I am thinking I'm doing the right thing. And he's like, did I ask her for her advice? I'm thinking about the love of my life at this particular moment when he said to me one day, I already know, mama. And I was like, really? Okay. So that was an indication to me I needed to back off. But not everybody back off because really they think that they're trying, to help in the situation. So men try to find solutions and women try to give advice to help. But it's not always taken as helpful. So, number 2, men and women are motivated by different things. Men crave to be needed. Women crave to feel cherished. Men crave to be needed. Women crave to be cherished. And so, when a woman realizes that a male wants to be needed more so than anything else, it makes it so the relationship is giving him what he needs, and you can come to him when there's a situation that you need him for. For example, women can't change tires. I mean, maybe some, but I'm not one who can. So if I go to my significant partner and say, I need you to change this tire for me, please, then my significant partner will be happy because he feels needed. Now, women want to be cherished. We want to be doted on. We want this male to look at us like we are the most beautiful woman that he ever laid his eyes on. And that our personalities are personalities that he can deal with. Okay? And we like the little gifts, the flowers, the candy, when we're not expecting it. It makes us feel good. It makes us feel wanted. That's the basic way that men can really pay attention to what we need while we pay attention to what they need. Yes, Majestic Queen. It's not easy. It most certainly isn't. But when we want a relationship, we need to understand the relationship requires work. It's not just about receiving gifts and flowers. It's about acknowledging that this individual is a part of your life. You want the person to stay, and you're doing everything that you possibly can do in order to have the relationship to work. But not only that, Queen, he should be willing to do the same thing. Because it's a two-way street. It's a two-way communication. It's a two-way give and take in every situation. Not one way. No, Queen. He should not be self-centered, and neither should you. You have a partner, and that partner needs your attention. 3, women and men deal with stress differently? Well, we live in a high-paced, very stressful society. We're out here in the hustle and the grind each and every work day. And if you're not in work, maybe you're in school, and that still requires the hustle and the bustle. And so it can be very stressful. And we handle our stress differently from the way men handle their stress. Now, women who are stressed become overwhelmed and emotionally involved. See, they need to talk out their problems in order to relax. They need to vent it out in order to relax. So many times, the trusted person who is a part of their lives is supposed to be their significant other. This person is the trusted person because what she is sharing with him, he is sharing with no one else. It's a bond between two people that bring them closer and unite them. So when she's stressed out from her work activities or dealing with the children, whatever it is that she needs to do in her life, she should be able to go to her significant other. Vice versa. He should be able to come to you. But men do things differently. When they're stressed out, they become withdrawn. They believe that they can solve their own problem. So when they become withdrawn and quiet from the stress, mentally, they are trying to work through their issue. Now, if they become overwhelmed with it, then what they will do is they will put it aside for a period of time and then do things like play football, out in the yard, play basketball, watch football, watch basketball, engage in playing video games, okay? What they're doing is they're taking a break away from the issue so that they can become more grounded and so that they can become able to solve the problem. 4, men and women express their feelings differently. Women need to generalize, exaggerate, use figures of speech when they express their feelings and emotion. So, there's often memes that show the behavior of women where we become frustrated, we flip our hair, we snap our fingers, we wave in our hands. That's the expression of emotion. Okay, everybody? That's the expression of emotion. Okay? So we may make statements like, you don't love me anymore. We never do anything together anymore. You just don't listen to me. Okay? So statements like that are made by women. But men express their feelings differently. A male will become silent, and he's taking the time to process information before he speaks. So, Queen, I know I've been in situations where I became frustrated because I was telling my significant partner things that were bothering me from my work environment. And he was just throwing the questions at me, 1, 2, 3. And I felt like, really? Are you feeling as if I'm to blame for these situations? Could it be professional jealousy? Don't you see how hard I work? Really? You can't be more compassionate for me, you know, because I was being bombarded and attacked as if I had done something. I was like, no, no, no. I'm not telling you another thing about what's going on with me and my work world. And I wish you could see me right now, Queen. I am flipping my head. I am like waving my hand, and I'm like being exaggerating, because I want my point to be known. I mean, I'm doing this right now. Am I still emotional about that situation, Queen? Wait a minute, but let's get back on task. Let's talk about the men who needs to be silent, process the information before they speak, because they may not have a clear answer for you at the moment. That's the reason, Queen. We have finally figured it out. I used to say, okay, are you from Mars? Because I'm most certainly from Venus. Don't you understand me? Moving on, Queen. See, I chose this article for a reason, Queen. See, I like to find the humor in life. Life is difficult. I work in arenas where life is very stressful. Most of the time, Queen. And I just want to say, hey, I'm going to laugh about it. I'm going to try to find the humor. Now, some people may think I'm being silly, but I'm not. I'm like under pressure. I'm under stress. Hey, I'm trying to find a solution. I'm trying to work through the issue. Just like you are, Queen, right? Because we're boss bad. And being boss bad means that's good. We're going to move on. Men and women argue for different reasons. Wow. See, arguments can damage the relationship. Arguments can make love fade away. It's not going to keep love here. Yes, you're trying to stress your point. And I am not being critical or criticizing, because I most certainly have had my share of arguments in a relationship. But when you know better, you can do better. And I have done the anger management workbooks that I have, yes, because I want to improve. And I have done things like read these articles to try to understand why. I want to grow. I want the relationship to be a good, healthy, happy relationship. So I'm going to do my part to try to understand. And that's why I bring these communications to you, Queen, because I want you to try to understand too. Because there's plenty of women out there who are just like me. Now, let's look at when men argue. When men argue, they feel criticized, rejected, and unaccepted. This often happens when a woman tells them what to do and how they should behave. Oh, we got to pull back, Queen. We definitely got to pull back, because that's not our intention. Truly. We're trying to bring love. We're trying to help, in the situation. But the perspective that we're coming from is not the perspective that's being viewed. Once again, that partner feels as if they're being blamed for the partner's unhappiness, and this makes them become less motivated to do things. Now, when they become less motivated to do things and you need to have things done, that's going to compound the situation. So what we need to do is we need to work towards pulling back, analyzing the situation, not being critical, not rejecting our partner, and making our partner feel more accepted. Now, when women argue, we're going to argue because we feel ignored, judged, and neglected. See, we want to feel that we are our partner's priority and that the partner remembers the things that's important to us. See, we feel as though we're with this partner for a year, 2, 3 years, okay? And we're saying, well, we've had this conversation before. We've had this experience before. Why are you not understanding? Don't you remember the things that I like and the things that I don't like? Do you really care? Or are you saying that you care? Because caring requires action, not just words. And so we don't want to feel upset. We don't want to feel criticized. We want to feel safe. We want to feel that the partner is participating in a discussion. We don't want to feel disrespected and ignored. And we most certainly don't want it to lead to arguments. Oh, an argument can make you feel so emotional, so hurt, so unwanting to do anything when it comes to your significant other. You just want to lay in the bed, get some ice cream, and just eat ice cream and think, what did I do wrong? What can I do to make it better? See, we really care, but sometimes it gets a little confusing because of our different perspectives. That's it. That's it, Queen. Now, women and men need different things from their relationship. A lot of times we think, oh, we're adult. I know what he needs. He knows what I need. That's a big one, Queen. It's a very common mistake both women and men are making when we give the partner the things they want in a relationship without really understanding if it's really what they want. Okay? So this way, both feel they are giving everything they can, but they are still unsatisfied and feel their efforts are not appreciated. If both partners understand what their partner most desire in order to feel love, they can redirect their efforts towards offering their partner the right kind of love. See, we need to truly understand what the partner needs in order to feel loved. That's the key. And a lot of times we don't take the time to truly understand. We're so busy hugging and kissing, making love, that we forget to ask the question, what can I do to make you feel loved? I once saw a movie, and the husband would get up every day and ask his wife, what can I do today to make you feel loved? And I was so touched and overwhelmed with emotion. See, this is a partner who was really trying to understand. Now, in order for a woman to feel love, she needs to feel cared for, understood, respected, and validated. While men, they feel love when they feel trusted, accepted, and admired. Yes, that's key. Now, our final point is men desire to give, women desire to receive. Men feel as though they are nurturing a relationship and they feel appreciated with the gestures that they make in a relationship, like bringing flowers, okay, and candy. That's their way of showing love, okay? They feel love when they feel supported and appreciated by the woman in their life, their significant partner. The best way to show a man you love him is by showing support and appreciation instead of giving advice and criticizing. Women, on the other hand, need many expressions of love from their partner in order to feel fulfilled and loved. Men don't always realize how important little gestures of love are for a woman, and mistakenly assume that a major gesture of love can replace them all. See, men, they'll wait and give you that big thing that you desire, and they feel like, well, that's a year's worth of giving. Queen, you be like, really? I had to wait the entire year for this? I'm not even going to tell a little love story that I was thinking about today. But I said, wait a minute. I had to wait almost 6 years for this. But see, I knew the man's heart. And I knew that the man lived differently from me. So I made the concessions because I loved the man. Okay? And I could see the little gestures along the way that he was trying, and I can appreciate that. See, it's not the mistakes a man make in his relationship, nor the mistakes a woman make in a relationship. What it is, are you trying to make improvements? If you're trying to make improvements, I can work along with you. But if you're not trying, and you act like you really don't want this relationship, and I'm tired of talking, then guess what? It's a no-go. It's a no-show. It's just no, no, no. Well, Queen, that does it for today. It's been a pleasure. I hope I brought information that you could use to make your relationships just a little bit better than it was yesterday and today. We want tomorrow to be filled with promise and happiness. With that being said, Queen, you have a blessed rest of the day.